Okay, so to continue a little bit with the last video, I'm gonna start back up with the Minchiade and then probably go to another deck from here. So before, just to recap a little bit, because I want to expand on this a little bit more and I don't want to make a super long video, whatever. There was a Taurus and a Cancer, and here we start off with Cancer again. So this Taurus Cancer energy starts off with Cancer and Gemini. So I'm getting that somebody's Cancer, somebody has Gemini in their chart. Take that where it fits. I also see, honestly, Gemini and the Lovers, because of how this card represents these people are, to me, look like they're in bed. So somebody might have been in bed with a Cancer. Temperance, I don't know why, but for Temperance, I'm seeing, honestly, more like a long time ago. Something might have happened a while ago, kind of like in the past. Like, this is the old water they're pouring into a different cup. Right? So somebody might have been with this Cancer in the past, a past relationship, something Scorpio, sexually. Of course, if this isn't somebody's actual sign or somewhere in their chart, I see this as there was sex, you know. So somebody, yeah. And here's the Taurus right behind that, the Scorpio. So something sexually might have happened between Cancer and a Taurus. They had a relationship in the past. And, oh, wow, yep. And Faith and the Lovers. And I guess it seems that somebody, the energy seems to read the Taurus, is praying. This person is praying that you'll come back to them. You know, it just makes me laugh. This person seemed to be very, very down to earth. There's literally the Earth card again. It's very fertile soil here too. So this person might want to, this person is very, I could tell you this much, they're super attracted to you sexually with the Devil card. That's how I'm taking this card right here. This person, 228, very, very attracted to you sexually. And I don't know how to put it other than, in a weird way, it's like they want to be down to earth about it. They don't want to hide it. Maybe this person was hiding how they truly felt in the past or something along the lines of that. The World and Hope. Actually, I see, instead of just like the world itself, this is you walking away. You walked away from this person, and once again, they're hoping that you'll come back to them. In a weird way, I see this that over time, you know, the world here is also kind of like a clock in a way, the circle, you know, it's a cycle. Things are, you know, circular. We have life cycles. So I'm seeing that this person is hoping that you'll essentially just walk back to them. That you'll come back. 328. I don't know why that seems so significant to me, but the number 328 seems significant, and then 333. And here we are again with this Emperor. This Emperor is hoping, oh my God, Emperor, Charity, and Sun. Oh my God. Quite literally, this Emperor seems to want to get you pregnant, and he's hoping that he can have a boy. This Emperor wants to literally give you a son. Oh my God. He wants to pour into you with the Aquarius card. Kind of funny enough, you know, the last video, they were pouring out. You know, they were afraid that these cups would be empty. But here with this version, with this energy, I feel like 418, that they want to pour into you. They might also have Aquarius in their chart, which is funny too. Aquarius and the Star. You know, the Star is the Aquarius card. So this person is definitely an Aquarius somewhere in some way. And, but they're also like popular, very, you know, potentially even famous. A popular person, if anything. Well, we could say that much. And they want to pour into you. And the Magician. They might have Gemini in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, and more. And and Aquarius. So a lot of air here, actually. This is definitely a spiritual connection now that I think about it. You know, Aquarius, Magician, and then there's Gemini. This is 511. This is a very like mystical, spiritual connection. It's definitely a lot stronger than anything else that I think probably either of you have ever experienced. This person seems to think or feel like, you know, there's just something different. There's something different about her, and I just can't tell you what. That's what I'm getting that they're saying. Here's a Pisces. Okay, I don't want to go through the deck all over again. But I feel compelled to pull Pisces and this Libra card. And then water. Feels like the ship has sailed. Oops. So there's somehow, some way, there's Pisces and a Libra involved, and the ship has sailed for them. 5 by 5, literally. So there might be some, I don't know, I don't want to sound so brutal, but like, I guess you could say like karmic retribution or something. Somebody, yeah, oh my God, literally, people are getting their karma. A Libra, a Pisces, they're getting their karma for something that they might have done. Actually, yeah, I see it here, for being snakes, a couple of snakes. You know, and it's funny too, you know, a couple of snakes. So there's definitely some people getting karma over something they might have done. 628, 611, significant. You know, there's definitely people that were in your guys' circle that definitely didn't have the best intentions at heart for any of y'all. I see them being very selfish, and I don't know what their karma is because I don't want to tap into that, but they're getting their karma one way or another. Let's move to another deck. I feel compelled to this one. So what else can you just tell me about this connection? It's kind of just what I want to know here. Really, like, what is this Taurus so afraid of? So at the bottom is the 7 of Swords. Probably afraid of having kept, yeah, and then I saw 717. So they're probably afraid of, you know, that not that you're keeping secrets, but they're afraid that you think they're keeping secrets. Which, they're in their head about something. They've been thinking a lot about this situation as a whole. Whoops. Let's see. Sorry, I can never remember what number that one is. But yeah, 4 of Wands here. They're in their head about some sort of relationship, not just with you. But why are they afraid of you walking away forever? That's what I'm getting here. That's what I want to know. Like, can you explain that much to me? Why are they afraid of you walking away forever? God, don't really want to leave burps in, but had a spiritual burp, which I guess is like a confirmation. 818. So they're afraid of you walking away because the Magician card, you know, and then we have the Fool. So I see this as multifaceted. 828. So they're afraid you're going to walk away because some people were doing black magic on you. And I know it's so easy to say, oh, black magic, black magic. Well, no, that's what I'm literally seeing here. This person knows that you know that some black magic was done to you because of the connection between y'all, because of a Pisces and a Libra, as we just saw. Those signs were doing black magic on y'all for whatever reason to keep y'all from being together. And they're hoping, first of all, by doing black magic, that you would walk away. So this Taurus is afraid that you really are going to walk away forever. Because it's like, well, if people are going to do black magic on me, why should I even bother? Which is understandable. You know, 909 might be significant. But I also see that this is a thing of the past now. Like those people who were doing black magic, something happened. There's like a breakthrough with this. And for some reason, they're not doing it anymore. And you're like walking away from that on its own. You know what I mean? You're not necessarily walking away from the Taurus, but you're able finally to walk away from the black magic. You've gotten through those obstacles, you know? So, And I'm assuming, yeah, that Taurus probably doesn't realize that yet, that you've been able to break away from whatever potions and magic and whatever crazy ass bullshit these spiritual crackheads were trying to throw down onto you. You know, so you did your, you did your knowledge. That's what I literally wanted to say. You did your homework. You know, you've read into probably in just you've done your reading. You've read a lot about the subject, about tarot, about spiritual, you know, spirituality, and I mean even religion. You know, you've done your work, and that's part of the way you're able to break away from all the betrayal, all of, you know, the knives that you got stabbed in the back with. You know, these people betrayed you in some way. You got betrayed very brutally. And you were able to pull the knives out of your own back. And that's the truth with the Ace of Swords here. Sorry, this is pretty blurry. But you were able to, you know, you were able to pull those swords out of your back all by yourself because you did your work. You educated yourself about these subjects, about the religion, about the black magic and hexes and curses. And by informing yourself, you were able to walk out of it. I don't know how else to explain it. 11-18, you know, might be significant. Yep. That's how I see it, literally. Yep. That is so funny here. We got the 7 of Pentacles. This is you. You've been doing the work on yourself. And like I said, you've been doing like the work, like all the research, all of the book reading, you know, reading about the different subjects. That's what I see, like the 7 Pentacles here. You know, those are all the different subjects and religions that you've read about. You know, you had this inkling people were trying to do black magic on you. You know, these might be people that flaunt the fact that they have cats and act like, oh, they just love animals. Well, they might love animals, but they're also hiding. This is hiding the fact that these are their familiars, right? They're acting like, oh, it's just a cat when they're a witch or a so-called witch, and that cat is their so-called familiar, you know. But these witches aren't even that smart enough. 1221, 1222, significant. You know, these witches weren't smart enough to realize that you can educate yourself and easily break through any obstacles that they tried and failed at setting up on you. Oh, look at that. The 8 of Cups. You were able to walk away from that shit. No harm. Hey, that's fucking great. I shouldn't swear so much. But you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for you. By education, you were able to break free. That's amazing. I love that. Yes, from the devil. Yes. Yes. That black magic, the curse, the hexes, and even if it's not actual black magic, you know, there might have been people, a Libra, a Pisces, that they might have been even just talking shit about you. There might have been, or just an air sign, a water sign, people that, I mean, look, and so a male and a female. There might have been an air sign and a water sign, male, female, take it as it works. But, you know, these people were, 1328, these people, one way or another, they were negative, very low vibrational, and they were trying to drag you down with them. Trying to probably drag you and that Taurus down. And that's another thing, too. That could be you and the Taurus, male, female. People might have been mad that y'all had a connection and they tried to get in between it. You know, there's just a lot going on here because there's so much energy. This is actually really crazy to me. So I'm assuming this emperor might really be somebody who has some sort of status, some sort of, you know, really big following. And for whatever reason, the Taurus might have, you know, made a move on you and you accepted, you know, y'all got together and people are mad about it, and they're like doing their damnedest to make sure y'all don't get together again, that y'all don't stay together. These are some hating ass hoes. I don't know how else to put it. These hating ass bitches, these spiritual crackheads are trying so hard. They tried so hard to keep y'all from getting together, but now they have to give up. And here's the 6 of Wands. I feel like this is you. You're like, yeah, look, I'm still going to celebrate. I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to party, basically. You didn't ruin my party. You did not rain on my parade. Whatever those people tried to do, talking shit about you, maybe even doing actual black magic or attempting to, all that stuff at the end of the day, it failed. It failed. And they did not rain on your parade. 15-15. Oh my gosh. And you get your Two of Cups after all anyway. So whether you get with that Taurus or not, you still find love after all these people tried to basically ruin you. Yes, here we go. But how many swords? 5 of Swords. Yes, you still get love after people tried so hard to make it, well, you know, hard for you. And for what reason? You know, because they're a bunch of lying ass, hating ass bitches. That's the truth. Because they're lying ass hoes. Page of Swords. That's what I see this as. Just a bunch of, you know, little wimps. Wimpy little freaks that thought they could get in between the connection. They thought that they could stop you falling in love with this other person. And yes, some people really did. How many pentacles? Or, yeah, 8 of Pentacles here. Yeah. This witch here, I'm seeing this as literally there were people who tried to do spell work on you. Spell work on this connection to prevent it from getting together. They did not want you to get your 6 of Cups. They did not want this person to pour into you. Yes, Hanged Man. They wanted this person, the Emperor, the Taurus, they wanted him stuck. They wanted him stuck so he couldn't, wow, literally, I mean, not even just move, but also just not even talk either. So they might have prevented this person from even talking to you in whatever way. And then they tried to bind you down too. They tried so hard to bind y'all so you couldn't get together. They tried so hard to do that. But I'm getting that it didn't work. The Queen of Wands, smoking hot. You're successful. Yes, and you are a lot more mature from it too. You're so incredibly attractive and beautiful, but you're also mature, fruitful. It's like you have things. You might own, you know, property or, you know, you have your own car, you know, things like that. You're a mature woman, but you are also extremely attractive too. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So here we have a Queen of Swords, of course, and the 3 of Wands. So I'm seeing this literally as an air sign woman. I'm seeing this as probably an older woman too. She might be middle-aged, if not, you know, older than that. 45, 50s, give or take, whatever. Some middle-aged woman in her, an air sign, what is it? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, tried to do spell work on you. 1808. This person really did not want y'all together. She did spell work to keep you from getting that Ace of Cups. She didn't want you getting the love that you deserve to be given. She didn't, for whatever reason, this person just could not stand it that bad. 2 of Swords, see this kind of more like as, yeah, trying to blindside you, to keep you blind from how this person felt. Judgment, what this person might have really thought. This person actually coming towards you, trying to prevent him from shooting his shot in the first place. Yes, because he was already watching you from afar. So obviously what I'm seeing here, this must have been like a previous connection, relationship that the Taurus was in. An air sign and a Taurus doesn't make any sense anyway. But the Page of Wands here, sorry. He was watching you from afar. Early on into it, probably from the first time y'all ever even met, he was just watching you, looking at you, attracted to you. And this woman, before they probably ever broke up, she already knew. This woman seemed to have already known. His previous girlfriend, wife, or whatever already knew that he was going to fall for you. I heard it right now. Oh, he's going to fall for her. Yep. So the Page, ooh, shit. Page of Cups. Whoops, I had that backwards. Page of Cups, and here he's painting a picture. So I see this as, you know, you got the right picture. You got it right. You know, that's the truth. That's why I'm seeing it here. You know, this Taurus was in a previous connection when he first ever met you. But from the first time he first ever saw you, he just, you know, I hear Peg by Steely Dan, where it says, I like your picture. You know, this dude's been looking at your pictures for a long time. You know, before he ever made a move on you, he was watching you. He was just always attracted to you. He, you know, the Chariot, you know, he probably, for a while, a long time, he couldn't seem to make the decision of what he wanted to do, whether he wanted to stay or go, you know, whether to leave her. But at the same time, too, you might also literally be a Cancer. The Chariot is the Cancer card. He'd been wanting to come towards you, but at first, for a while, he didn't know how to do it. But I see here with the Two of Wands that he definitely made a move on you, obviously, at some point. Oh my gosh. And the Ace of Cups. I also kind of see this as potential future energy, too, that, so like y'all got together and people must have freaked out about it one way or another, and you left him. And so now he wants to come back to you, you know, and here we have the Lovers card. You know, Lovers and the Ace of Cups. That's so crazy. 21, 12. And the Page of Swords. I see this as he wants, you know, he wants to come back to you. He wants you to come back to him. You know, he wants this relationship to work. He wants, I keep repeating myself, but he wants it so bad. He wants it so bad. He wants this relationship with you. He really does. Because I see the Page of Swords, or sorry, the Knight of Swords. I keep saying Page, but, you know, he's probably watching your page, you know, if you have social media, but that's the truth. That's what I'm seeing here. That's the truth. But then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like he really wants to come towards you. So probably the next time y'all end up seeing each other, wherever that might be, he might see you first before you see him. And he'll want to approach you. And, you know, potentially make a love offer to you. We'll see there. And here's Justice. Yes. So, okay, I see. There's some heartbreak in the past. In some way, he broke your heart. You know, as I had said, I think early in this video, or if not the last one, where, in the last video, if not this one, I had said that, you know, he was afraid that you might think that he's still lying, or he was lying about something. So he might want to do justice here with this card, give you justice for, you know, maybe breaking your heart, maybe not telling you the truth about things from the past. And here we have the Star again, or, yeah, the Star was like in the first part of this, right? But either way, so we have the Star and the High Priestess. Yes, you are also intuitive, but strangely enough, this masculine is very, very intuitive, and you wouldn't believe it, actually. So this person might be very tapped in ways you wouldn't have ever thought. So he could probably, as you probably feel his energy, he feels yours too. Strangely enough, I see the Three of Cups here, kind of just like, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Like, yep. Yes, he feels very strongly for you. And at night, too. So y'all might have spent a lot of time together at night, maybe hanging out, you know, maybe going places. I mean, obviously, I see here with the Four of Swords, y'all obviously at some point slept together. Yes. Slept with the King of Pentacles. You know, I kind of heard with that because of the chocolate cake he has here. I thought of this as, you know, he thought he could have his cake, or what is it? Eat his cake, have it too, whatever. Oh, but then here's the King of Cups. So, I'm not sure I don't think that's the same person, though. What is... No. No, that's, yeah. Even though King of Cups, because for me, usually King of Cups, I'm like, usually I think of as like a male water sign, like physically, but I see it here, like, I don't know how to put this. this King of Pentacles thought at first he could just, you know, maybe do things sexually, or that it could just be sexual with you and no more. But it turns out he had really strong feelings for you. And I don't think he even realized that until a lot later, until probably you left him in whatever way or called it quits. And so that's why he wants to come back to you. You know, he wants you to come back to him. And here we have the Emperor card. So I'm kind of just seeing it like this, like he's changed, he's matured now. He's learned a lot from this. So let me see if there's anything else. I see a few cards. I'm not sure if I should really, I don't feel that compelled to pull them. Of course, you know, we got the Queen of Cups. So yeah, you know, Queen of Cups here, and then there's the Two of Pentacles, which for me, I actually see that more like the Two of Pentacles, especially sometimes with some of these decks. I mean, sometimes you just got to call it like it is. I mean, does that not look kind of like a, you know, I see this person, he wants, I can't, how do I say this? He wants to be with you in every way possible, physically, mentally, sexually. I mean, seriously, he wants to get you pregnant. You know, I guess just over time, he really realized how he truly felt about you. You know, the Hierophant, yeah. You know, male, female, you know, you balance him out as like just the art here is depicting. That's what I see here, that it would be surprisingly very balanced, you know, very balanced relationship. And a lot of people just talk shit about it, you know. I think that that's probably why maybe in the past it didn't work out. There's too many people that were trying to interfere, trying to act like, you know, maybe you're stupid for liking her, or you're dumb for liking him, you shouldn't love him, da-da-da, you know. That might have been what you were hearing from other people, you know, but I just see this as this man, he wants you to come back to him so bad, you know. He's ready. He wants to start a family. He wants to have those nights together with you again, you know. As I think I said in the other video, he feels very safe around you, you know. And it's like, so many people tried so hard to keep this from happening. They didn't want y'all to talk to each other. People were trying to do, you know, like spell work to keep all away from each other. But at the end of the day, you know, putting the work in yourself, like shadow work, and just educating yourself about, you know, various topics and subjects helped you grow. That's what I think it is. You know, it's like basically you just over time, y'all matured and you realize, you know, even through how much time it's been, however long it's been since y'all seen each other last or talked to each other last, months, maybe even a couple years later, you still care about each other. You know, and just turned 28 minutes, so I feel like 28 is significant. You know, maybe somebody's birthday is on the 28th or whatever. Maybe somebody's 28 years old. So I feel compelled to kind of just finish this out. 28:18. And all right, I'll do this one last. Just want a few cards, a couple of them, maybe 4 at the most. And just a couple of things to wrap this up about this connection. You know, this man wants you to come back to him so bad. But what I guess is what is to happen soon? What is in the energy soon for this, you know? What does I guess what I'm really asking is what does the collective need to know about this right now? Just in a couple of cards. If we can get that. What does the collective need to know? Nothing? Is that it? I'd like to at least get one card to pop out. Oh my god! Oh my god! Love partnership. Oh, I see now with my phone, it's like reversed. But yeah, wow, love partnership. And it's surprising too, like that's a that took me a while to shuffle that. My God, when it finally popped out. But I feel like that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna be thinking like, is it not gonna happen? Is it really just not gonna happen? And then it happens. That is so funny. It just pops out. And that might be how that person is. Yes, and patience. You have to be patient. It's gonna take some time. You know, let's see, 26 and 2. So once again, that adds up to 28, you know, or of course 10, 1. But yeah, the number 28 is definitely significant. Oh my God. Parenting. And number 4, completion. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. This is nuts. Okay. So this last one on the deck, at the bottom of the deck was music. So we have love, partnership, impatience, parenting, completion, and music. So what I'm seeing here is that a relationship between you two is going to happen, you know, but it's going to take time. You know, don't expect it right now, today, you know, or even like in the next month. Just let it, you know, just let time flow. Let it flow on its own. It'll happen. Because when it does, apparently y'all are going to start a family together. And I think that because, and that'll be the completion of this cycle, right? So this cycle has to complete first. And when it does, there will be a new one here, literally, because you figure the 9 months to have a baby, you know, yes, completion, 9. Yep. Oh my God, that is so freaking nuts. After that cycle is completed, I see that as y'all becoming parents. And something about music. So there's a connection here that has to do with music. The number 32 is significant. Man, I wanted at first to do 4 cards, but now there's 5. All right, I do feel compelled to pull just a couple more because it's like, what? How can we end this? How can we end this? So, self-love. Yes, definitely. You know, giving yourself love through music because of the music you listen to and love. And, you know, inspiring your creativity. So just love on yourself, work on what your creative passions, and this will come to you. Yes, and here, compassion. My finger was was covering at first, so it just said passion. So I once again, you know, it's just, I really do think, yep, yeah, and you'll find love. This love is it's going to come out. Okay, I gotta stop. But what does that say? Yep, this is, yep, manifest. It says manifesting. And personal growth. So yeah, so I'm going to just leave it at that there. You know, give it time. Don't rush it. This cycle has to complete first with whatever's going on between you two. You know, there's obviously, you know, stuff that goes on in the background that we might not know about or see every day, but maybe when the new year comes or however, you know, this resonates, maybe in the next couple of months, something will happen and this cycle we're currently in will be completed. And then the next one will start. You know, and this next cycle might have something to do with music and creative passions. You know, maybe someone pursuing their music as a creative passion, and that's a form of self-love because they're pouring into themselves. But either way, you know, it looks like this is going to work out. That's how I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it or act like, well, you got to think of the negatives too. Look, that's just where it fits. You know, if this resonates with you, then it resonates. And if it don't, it don't. But whatever's going on here, these people have a genuine love for each other. And this cycle just has to complete first. And then it seems like they're going to fall in love again. All right, that's it.